I don't.
Zach was the final holdout. He's lived more years on screen than.
When their baby Jackson struck a chair corner, Tori and Zach Roloff experienced the shock of their lives. At the time of the accident, the Little People Big World family was enjoying a friendly game of hockey. When Jackson crashed into a chair corner, Tori Roloff had just returned home from her trip to Disneyland an hour earlier. She had to head straight to urgent care with her husband, Zach Roloff. Jackson Roloff banged into a wooden chair while playing hockey with his family at home. He struck the chair's cushiony corner and cracked his head open, according to Tori. Before the back of his head split, the child slid backwards into the corner while attempting to catch the ball. Despite having only been home for an hour at this time, Tori responded brilliantly to the situation. When our children are harmed, Tori projects a great deal of dread and anguish onto them. The children start crying and becoming frightened because they are staring at her. She has become much more adept at maintaining her composure, Zach remarked. Following Jackson's injury, Tori and Zach hurried to urgent care. She said that because there's a lot of blood with head injuries, which Zach described as a solid cut, her husband almost panicked. Zach said, remembering how Jackson had touched his head and had blood on his palm, "I saw a lot of blood coming out. I asked myself, where does he need to go? Because he was bleeding. What are we supposed to do?" Jackson was immediately taken to the loo, where he was toweled clean. After describing how their son never cried, Tori hurried to get something to apply pressure to his head in order to stop the bleeding. After that, Tori called a family friend for guidance, and the friend suggested that they take Jackson to urgent care. Jackson began questioning them about the hospital while they were on their way, and Zach thought he would require stitches. He was simply so composed throughout everything. He told the physicians the story, and he is completely okay when we enter the room. They numbed it, but he didn't cry until they inserted 3 staples. And I did too, Tori recalled. Located in the countryside, newlyweds who were married at first sight UK got together to chat and spend time with their spouse. The E4 show undoubtedly invested a significant amount of money in the couples.